Okay, so today we're going to look at part 2 of parallel lines. So this will be finding angles. So we're going to add a couple more things in. Okay, part 2. And we're going to be looking at finding angle measurements. Okay, so the first couple things, we've got to add a couple of things. So the first one we're going to do is called vertically opposite angles. Okay, so when you have two lines intersecting each other, like that, making an X. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, angle 1 and 2, angle 3 are vertically opposite, they're called. And equal. In measure. Okay, so those ones are equal. And then angle 2 and 4 are vertically opposite. And equal. Okay, so that we need to know that when we do lines like that. Okay, the other thing is angle 2 and angle 1 . Okay, so these two together that one and that one. Let me do it over top of the two. Okay, they make a line. Okay, so that when they make a line, like a straight line, we call them supplementary. Okay, so and one thing about a line is it equals 180 degrees. So that means angle 1 plus angle 2 equals 180. Okay, now if you went around here, 2 and 3 make a line, 3 and 4 make a line, and 4 and 1 make a line. So you can see when you have a cross like that. So those are all supplementary angles. Okay. So that's vertically opposite angles, and this should be B. And supplementary ones. And the reason we need to add those two in is because we're going to look at finding angle measures. Okay. So let's do an example here. Okay, so let's label this up. So that'll be A, B. Let's say that this here is given to us. Let's say this angle here is 70 degrees. Okay. And then this one here, we'll go, this one is C, D, E, F, and G. So we're going to go angle A equals angle B equals angle C equals angle D equals angle E equals angle G equals an angle F. Okay, so these are two parallel lines. So we'll say they're parallel. So take our parallel lines, and we know that this one's 70. So that if we're trying to figure these out, we can start by going, okay, this is vertically opposite. So this is 70. Okay, now we have to figure out what this one is. We want to find out B. There's a line here. So this would be 180 minus 70. And that's going to give us B. So that's 110. Okay, if that's 110, the one across from it is 110. Okay, now, since these are parallel lines, you're going to get the same pattern down here because that's parallel to this one. Okay, guys, I am recording here. So, I'm recording. Okay, so keep it to a point where I can, so Ben's not confused when he's trying to do this. Okay, so let's keep going, Ben. So these ones are parallel and these ones are parallel. So that means these ones are going to be in the same size as these ones. So D and A are going to be the same. B and E are going to be the same. C and G are going to be the same. And 70 and F are going to be the same. So you know this is going to be 70. This is going to be 110. This is going to be 70 again. And this is going to be 110. Okay, so that's kind of how we get all of our angles. So that's 70, 110. Okay, and then C is 110. Good luck with the driving. D is 70. E is 110. G is 110. And F is 70. So you can see they're all pretty much that 70 and that 110 measurement. Okay, let's try another one here. So pretty easy to do. Let's say we had, instead of two parallel lines, let's say we had three of them. Okay, let me just pause this here. Hello? Hello?
Of the Arthritis Society.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Arthritis Society. Okay, sorry about that, Ben. So if we're going to do three of them here, Okay, so if we have three parallel lines like this, and let's say that this is A, B, C, and D, and you know that this one here is 68 degrees. Okay. So finding those four in there. So first thing we can do is we can find angle C, find angle A, angle B, angle C, and angle D. Okay, so these ones, you have to think A, B, C, and D. So we got to start down here. So we know that this is a line here. So we can go 180 minus 68. Okay, when we do that on our calculator, we got 112. So that's going to be this one. So now if we think about these positions here, these are in the bottom notches. So that means this one's going to be 68. And this is going to be 112. These are, and it's going to be the same. This is going to be 68. This is going to be 112. So now you figured out what D is. And now you can figure out what B is because it's opposite of this one, right? Opposite here. So it's got to be 112 up here. And this one are opposite. So this will be 68. So then you can say, okay, A is 68. B is 112. And C is 112 again. And D is also 112. So it doesn't matter if you have three parallel lines or two. You just look at the positioning, whether they're making a line, whether they're across from each other, and if they're in the same spot on the bottom. So the bottom ones are all the same here. The top ones would all be the same as well. Okay, and that's kind of how you figure out what the measure of the angles are. Okay, let's flip the page here. We'll do another one here. What if you had two sets of parallel lines like this? Okay. Okay. So this one's parallel with this one here, and this one's parallel with this one here. Okay. So you use the same idea. So let's say that this one was 108 degrees. And I said I wanted to find, let's say I wanted to find A, B, and we'll say C over here. Okay. Okay, so if we're doing the three angles there, so now we're just going to be looking at, okay, so these two are parallel. So this one is in the same spot as this one. So we know that B is going to be the same as this 108 because it's in the top. See, if this one's parallel to this one, and if we just look at this line and ignore this one over here, this one's in the same spot as this one. And they look roughly the same, so they're going to be 108. Okay, so that's that one. Let's skinny that up a little bit. Okay, if that one's 108, well, we have to kind of figure out what this one is down here and what this one is down here. Well, if we made this to be a positional line, and we're kind of looking at it, if this one, if we go here and we try to figure out what this one would be 108 because it's opposite. So if this is 108 and this is 108, what's left for this square here? Okay, well, that square would be 180 minus the 108 for these two down on either side of it. So if you subtract that, that's 72. So if these are 72 here and 72 here, you now know that these two are in the same position, right? That would be 108, 108, 72, 72. So this is 72. And this one would be in the same position as that one. So that would be 72. So A and C are 72, and B is 108. Okay. So that's kind of finding angles there. So that's our second parallel line one. So then next day we'll probably be working on some more geometry stuff, similar triangles and things like that. Or not triangles, similar angles and things like that. Okay, so I'll stop it here. Sorry about the interruption there with the phone and stuff.